Hi, I'm Anthony Delaney. I lead Ivy Church here in the city of Manchester, and I'm co-chair of Festival Manchester. I wanted to speak to my fellow leaders here briefly to encourage you, hopefully, and tell you why I'm so excited that our church is fully part of Festival Manchester 2022. Firstly, if you've been in church leadership for any amount of time and you're still hanging in there, can I start by saying, well done. And thank God we're still going. By the grace of God, you've taken your people through one of the most brutal times to lead in living memory and kept going, even though times are still hard. I could show you my scars, no doubt you could show me yours. Whatever your churchmanship, theological background or affiliation, it's been rough, hasn't it? Although the message of God's love for us will never change, COVID called for us to continually adapt our ministry and our methods, and that's going to be true for a good while yet. We must adjust to our new needs and the opportunities as we move in hope from pandemic to endemic, and that's why I'm commending Festival Manchester to you as we re-emerge, rebuild, restore and reach out to our communities once more. A recent survey by the Evangelical Alliance highlighted for me when I read it several key challenges and opportunities. So please let me underline just a few of those key findings from it, which of course may or may not be your present reality. But then what I'm going to do is show how I believe Festival Manchester can really help reignite those you lead as we re-engage and rebuild church. Number one, it said less people are coming to church, and when they do, it's less often. The statistics say if you used to have 80 coming to a church service, you now have about 60. A larger proportion of those who will attend fortnightly now or monthly than used to, and for most churches, online connection has similarly declined. Now, I've found that guilt and desperation, and believe me, I've tried both, are not long-term sustainable or particularly effective strategies to address that kind of problem. But vision is helping people remember the why of loving God and loving people, and that the how is best done together is how I want to invite those people into something bigger than come back to church. And Festival Manchester is helping me to do that by putting mission at the heart of everything. It starts locally. It starts where you are through love where you live, reaching out where God put you into your community with words and deeds, and it culminates with over 25,000 people gathering every day in Wythenshawe Park as the gospel is communicated in clear, creative and compelling ways for the whole family. Number two, almost 2/3 of leaders are seeing significant decrease of volunteers. A major reason for that is given is that people say they're reprioritizing post-COVID, and that involves reprioritizing church. But I've seen that when people get involved in serving in some way, they often find the joy that they lost before. And as church rebuilds, I don't want to just refill the coffee rota. I want to help people feel or discover for the first time that sense of joy I only get when I've done something that helps others in the name of Jesus. The survey celebrates the many ways that churches engage their communities already. And Festival Manchester provides multiple opportunities for us all to serve, being involved in stewarding, catering, working with children in the family zone, running or helping on a local Love Where You Live mission, championing, fostering and adoption through Home for Good, sponsoring children through Compassion UK, serving at our homeless banquets, running the follow-up courses as new interested people look to connect with your church after the festival. People who are tired of doing church are going to recapture the joy, the thrill of being church at Festival Manchester, and that can only be good for your congregations and mine. Number three, less churches are running in-person youth and children's ministry. You may or may not be one of the 24% of churches who offered youth ministry before the pandemic that are not currently offering youth ministry, but we're all part of the one church in this city that through Festival Manchester is going to visit high schools across the Northwest region, and through our primary school engagement we'll form 3 1,000 strong kids choirs. Festival teams want to excite and encourage your young people to begin to pray for and share the gospel appropriately with their friends before inviting them to an event in your borough. Of course, we hope they will then all come to Wythenshawe Park, where so much that happens is geared to impact them. These motivated young people are the best place to reach not only their generation, but also to kickstart or boost the youth ministry in your church. And finally, number 4, Christians have recently been speaking to those who are not Christians about their faith. Maybe they've done that more than ever, or even for the first time, but they fear rejection, the survey says. They lack relationships and they're unsure how to answer difficult questions. At the same time, 55% of church leaders surveyed said training for faith sharing would be useful or very useful to them. Some of the most helpful materials and training that I've ever seen have been developed by Festival Manchester to equip us all to share our faith with our not yet believing friends, neighbours and family. This could be a game changer, and who knows, it might even take the pressure off some of us leaders having to do it all. I believe people in our city are more ready than ever for the good news. The world's waking up with a growing dissatisfaction to the truth that our Western consumerist culture's promise of an ever brighter social and personal utopia was empty, only leaving them emptier, more lonely and more miserable. We have been entrusted with the hope of the world, which God has put into the hands of the local church. And I thank Him again for you and for your church as I pray for you, and I look forward to serving alongside you in any way I can so that we will seize this moment that will echo in eternity.